Hey guys, what's going on? Hippie here. We're doing an episode of high lifts today. So, the high lifts that we're going to do is on that guy right there, the Southord PXS-17. So, I got this right around when I first started. I was really just trying out the market. I tried out Covert and a couple of different things, except for like multi-pick. Didn't get those until much later. German manufactured and shipping overseas. It's expensive for a new picker, especially one that you're like, am I going to like the hobby and all that stuff. So Southord, on the other hand, is one of those companies that you can definitely dabble with for quite a while before you figure out whether or not you like the hobby and you want to start progressing. Covert Instruments and Southern Specialties are the same exact way. I would much rather go with Southern Specialties than ever go back to Southern again. So I will explain why. So the case that comes with this Southern PXS-17 is, I don't know if it's the faux leather or what it is. It still feels nice. It does. It's a good case, nice zipper on it. There's not too much of it breaking down or anything like that. It came with a variety of turning tools. So like this long twisted turner came with it. My turners are all blended together at this point. I'm not going to try to figure out what is what. So let's just dive into this thing. Okay. I think I've done a talk or a review or something of the nature about these before, but going along with my high lift series, I want to make sure that I talk about this a little bit more in depth and kind of give my 2 cents on the whole entire thing. So when it comes to these picks, I'm not a huge fan. One, they are not double laminated. That is a Southern Specialty pick. I don't know how that got jumbled up in there. These are not double laminated. These are just a single piece of metal, and they are popsicle stick style. So with this kit came the Southern handle that you can use as well. So what you do is, let me clean it up just a little bit. What you're going to do is you're going to take it, you're going to loosen up the grub screws that are along the top. Zoom in just a little bit so it focuses. You got grub screws right here across the top. You loosen those guys up. You can slide your pick into it, and then you can use it that way. So the only thing that I have in there for the handle is a key extractor. This is one thing that I will be keeping out of this kit, and it stays on the desk. That way, if I buy any locks or anything like that, I can just grab this if the key's broken off in it, and I can pop that out. So that's really one of the few highlights that I got out of this set. Let me see if I can track down the short hook. I was a new picker. We all start new, right? So you can tell that I was not very light on tensioning. Ended up deforming the shaft of the pick just a little bit. Mind you, I didn't use these for very long. So the fact that this happened over a short amount of time, whereas I can't even tell which one is my oldest for, it's not going to be that one, it's going to be this one. This is my oldest one for Covert Instruments, and I have no deform happening on it. And then I've got my multi-picks. This is one of the OGs. No, that's not, because that's a thin. Well, yeah, no, the thin one would probably be it. These are the OGs for my multi-pick set. Got a little bit deform on the shaft on this one, but I also use this a whole hell of a lot more than I use this Southord. And this is my really thin profile one, so I only pull that out when I know that I can go super light on tension, and I'm not trying to really force any pins. And then Southern Specialty. Where is my Southern Specialty short hooks? There they are. Then, you know, Southern Specialty short hooks. You know, over time you get better and you get better, and you know, you get less deform. This is the one that's held up and been around, one of the longest ones that I have, along with my covert instruments. So the fact that this wore out so quickly, in my opinion, is kind of concerning. But again, maybe it was just the heavy tensioning that I was doing. Ended up using this guy for handcuffs. You guys can see the kind of deform that ended up happening there. It twisted. And then it was just also a lot of kind of like specialty kind of things. You got the half snowman right here. You got snowman. You got just a ball pick, small half diamond, large half diamond, offset hook, snake rake, twin peak. But I mean, look at this, guys. I barely use this one, and you can tell that if I were to hit this with a lock again, that's probably just going to snap off. It's not very reinforced or anything like that. You can almost stick a fingernail under there. It's almost like it's scaling off. But all in all, I mean, for the turners, sure, go for it. But I mean, you're not going to spend $20 or something like that just because you want the turners out of the set. That doesn't make any sense. But I mean, look, you've got 1, 2, 3 of the same profile for these deep hooks. And when I say deep hooks, I mean, guys, in comparison to a Jimmy Long's, that's wild to me. And there's 3 profiles. And Jimmy, you get a better steel. You get a better quality. So, in my opinion, this was a kit that I got in order to kind of branch out, wanting to check out other companies and stuff like that. And you quickly find out why you should steer away from some of the pick manufacturers, or just steer away from some of the, I guess, kind of knockoffs. But anyways, it sounds like I'm just trashing these picks. For me, there wasn't a whole lot of high points with these picks. It came in handy whenever I was wanting to start working on like some of these lever locks, because those deeper hooks, you could get in there and you can actually feel the mechanism a little bit better. And like I said, when it came to picking my double lock handcuffs, kind of came in handy there, because I wasn't worried about snapping off part of the pick. If it broke, it broke. So if you're wanting to do something along the lines of that, like, look, this is another double peak like that, and there's no deform on this one. And I've used this, and I don't know, just kind of wild to me. But anyways, guys, that's all I really got on this one, on this high lift. Just wanted to talk about this Southord PXS-17 kit a little bit. I have seen some people commenting about going to Southord and using them. Guys, if you're looking for something to buy here in the States, and I don't know, you're worried about wait time for covert instruments or Southern specialties, I don't think you're going to get much better on wait time when it comes to Southord. So, I mean, I don't know. Price-wise, I would always go with Southern specialties anyways. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Hippies High Lifts, and I will catch you guys later. Bye.